Hey everybody, hope you have a good week and enjoying this weather while it lasts. I think that's a blessing we can thank God for, that He's given us this nice weather in this such a late of season, that we can enjoy the outdoors and through this COVID. So that is a true blessing, and thankful for that. So tonight, I just want to share with you guys what we've done with youth and young adults. Again, seems to be the pattern. But we went through gossiping and spreading rumors. And so tonight, we're just kind of go through the definition of each one. And so gossiping, right? I know we all know what it is, but it's kind of good to have a definition to kind of really paint the picture. So gossip means a gossiper is a person who has privileged information about people and proceeds to reveal that information to those who have no business knowing it. Okay, obviously, right? We get information and we tell people that shouldn't know or don't need to know. And these are two things we need to make sure that before we tell things, that if we check one of these boxes, then we know we're gossiping, and we got to stop talking. So the first thing is to distinguish gossip from just sharing information. So gossipers, first thing, gossipers often have the goal of building themselves up by making others look bad and exalting themselves as some kind of repositories of knowledge, right, or stores of knowledge. The second thing, to prove that you're gossiping, gossipers speak of the faults and failings of others, or reveal potentially embarrassing or shameful details regarding the lives of others without their knowledge or approval. Even if they mean no harm, it is still gossip. So, we've all gossiped. We know it, right? I know the stereotype of gossipers are the mean girls in high school. The senior ladies at the salon, or having it, sitting around having tea, gossiping. But we gotta understand now. Just because we're not that doesn't mean we don't do it. We all do it. And we do it because of sin, because of something in us. And so we got to make sure, why are we telling this person this story? If it is because we want to hurt the person we're sharing about, or we're lifting ourselves up thinking that we're better, or that we have more knowledge and you can't believe this person did this because they lack knowledge, or even we tell things that the person we're talking about doesn't know or give them permission to, we got to stop, right? The wise words I was told by Russ when I first got on here was, ministry is not saying the first thing that comes to mind. And so for us as Christians, same thing. We need to stop and think, okay, why am I saying this? And for us, we'll see here, how severe this is in sin, and what other sins come with it. And so we know we gossip for different reasons, because we hate the person, right? We need attention. Right? We always want to be the person that we have the stories and people listen to us and give us that attention that we crave. We want to fit in. Everybody else is doing it. Why not? Let's do it together. Or we think we're better. That haughty attitude that Scripture talks about that we shouldn't have. So what other sins come with this? It's not just one sin we do when we gossip or spread rumors. Right? If we hate, right? If we don't like someone, we hate them. That's another sin. If we're haughty, thinking we're better, that's another sin. If we lie, we're going to lie about it, right? Kind of change it up, make it sound better. We're going to cause division between the person we're talking about to the person that we're sharing to, or even ourselves. We tear down. We don't lift people up when we gossip about people, right? That's a sin, right? We can have jealousy. Our pride gets in the way. So we can see all the other sins that come into it, and we know our tongue is expressing what's in our heart. So, we can't love others if we gossip, if we say negative things to them, even if we're mad at somebody. And this happens all the time, especially in Christian churches, right? Someone's mad at something, so they want to go tell everybody about it, or they go tell their friends about it, and they think, oh, I'm just venting, or, I'm just telling my friends. But no, why do your friends need to know? We know Scripture says if you have an issue with another brother and sister of Christ, you go to them first. You don't go around tearing them down or spreading that information around, right? So that's no excuse for us. I'm going to read a couple verses here talking about gossip. Romans 1:29-32, starting at verse 29. People having been filled with all unrighteousness, wickedness, greed, and evil, full of envy, murder, strife, deceit, and malice. They are gossips, slanderers, haters of God, insolent, arrogant, boastful, inventors of evil, disobedient to parents, without understanding, untrustworthy, unfeeling, unmerciful. And although they know the ordinance of God, that those who practice such things are worthy of death. They not only do the same, but also approve of those who practice them. So we see, gossip and slander is included in all that evil. And we know how evil that is, because we just say it's just words, but we know what we feel in our heart is like actually doing it. And gossiping about people and slandering them, it's just ripping them down. It's just tearing them apart. And it's evil. And we know people associate with people who do that. Okay, another verse I want to read from Proverbs 20:19. It says, "One who goes about as a slanderer reveals secrets. Therefore, do not associate with a gossip." It's clear, right? It's telling us there, Solomon, that we cannot associate with a gossip, right? Why is that? What happens is we have our friends or gossipers or people we hang around or give more time, people at work, whatever we're at, we're going to fall to that sin. And we're told to flee from sin, right? And so whoever we associate with, I tell the youth kids this all the time, the top 5 friends are who you are. So your best friends, how they conduct themselves, how they live is going to be exactly how you are, because we're like sheep. Okay, we copy each other. Our friends do this, we're going to fall to it, and we're going to copy them. So if we're hanging out with gossipers, people who are slanderers, haters, cutting people down, we're going to do the same thing. And if not, we're guilty of this being there and listening to it and not calling it out to our brothers and sisters. Rumors, right? A rumor is a currently circulating story or report of uncertain or doubtful truth. We know rumors are lies, and they get changed up, they get twisted around, and they spread like wildfire. Same reasons for gossip was why we do rumors, right? We're jealous, we're prideful, we think we're better, we lie about people, we're mad at them, we tear them down. It's very destructive. And all those sins, the same as gossip, come alongside rumors, right? And so we're not guilty of one sin, we're guilty of many sins. And our heart is full of hate. We can't love like Christ loves us. When we do these things, we can't show the love of God in what we do, because our words are destructive and they're piercing, and they just, it's like a wildfire. It just kills everything in its sight. So we gotta make sure we don't gossip. We don't spread rumors in the church. Everybody and every brother and sister in this church, we gotta make sure what comes out of our mouth is uplifting and blessing each other. Okay, so if you're telling somebody something and you're not a part of that solution, or they can't be a part of that solution, then don't tell them anything at all. Right? Keep it to yourself. It's okay to go to the pastor or to a leader and say, or to their friend, if you don't have that relationship with that person, you hear something, say, hey, you know what? I know you're a good friend. I heard this. I'm sharing this with you so that you can go alongside them. Maybe correct them, ask them, pray for them, and that's fine. But if you're just spreading it to share and to make yourself better, no, you got to stop. And it's a shame in churches. I see that division. I see through the years people, for one reason or another, instead of going and talking to that person, instead of making it right or finding out for themselves, we either pass along the rumor, or we gossip and say things about the person that's maybe not even true, because it's distorted because of our heart. And we gotta be careful, because we know God is against that, and it's severe, and we gotta make sure we're not saying anything against our brothers and sisters in this church. Okay, we gotta love each other, and so again, we gotta make sure that we are being diligent and we're being just strict on ourselves and say, okay, God, I understand. And like 1 Corinthians 13:4-8, understanding what love is and what it isn't. And, I was sharing with the kids that, if we're not going to change if we don't have Christ in our heart. So if this is something we're caught up in and something we enjoy and something that we really don't see an issue with, well, we know we don't have Christ in our heart. We don't have him working in us. We're not allowing the Spirit to sanctify us. And so if we don't, give that time to God, to allow God to humble us and to work on us, and to allow God's love to flow through us, we're never going to change. And so we can't do it on our own. We can't say, okay, I'll be a better person, and go through life without spending time with Christ. We have to spend the time with Christ. We have to allow Christ to work through us and in us, so that we can pull out our sinful flesh out of our heart, and we can allow God to get through that and that love to come through. So I challenge the kids, if we're struggling with any of the sins of the flesh, right, that we know, and they all come together, then we need to give time to God and allow him to work in us. And if we don't, but then we're being prideful, and we're living for self. And so that's that'll be my dream, to have this church, everyone here loving each other. We're not going to be best friends, but we have to care for one another, understand each other, talk to each other, pray for each other, okay, and just be patient with one another and accept each other. We're different, and things will be different. So that's why I just want to share with you guys today, to make sure that whatever comes out of our mouth, it's supposed to come out of our mouth, and that person we're talking to should be the one that hears it. And if not, keep it closed. And anything that does come to our mouth, it needs to be uplifting and done in love. If it's correction, done in love, not out of pridefulness or judgment. It's got to be out of God's love. And for sure, there should be no judgment here to anybody. God doesn't, that judgment's been taken away. He's forgiven us for all the things we've done. We've committed all the sins. If you've broken one law, you broke them all. And so we cannot sit here and judge anybody for anything that they're doing or have done. And so we got to love. And that's the only way God's going to go through this church and bless us, is if we make sure that our mouths are blessing God and blessing others. Okay, I'll finish off, and I hope you have a good day, and see you next week.